What's up, guys? Ballroom Boxing here. So the Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack fight is over, and it was a majority draw. When I heard the first referees, the first judge's scorecard at 114, and then I heard the second one, I was like, this is going to be a majority draw. And it turned out that it was a majority draw. The fight was kind of slow starting off. Badu Jack, apparently he is a notoriously slow starter. He didn't really start to come on and turn up the pressure until the sixth round, really. Adonis Stevenson won the early rounds. He won the first 5-6 rounds, you know. I'm sure you can make an argument for a couple of those, maybe one or two of those rounds, possibly, but Adonis Stevenson clearly won the earlier rounds. But after the sixth round, though, Badu Jack started to come on with a vengeance. And it's something that I noticed in that fight. Badu Jack is a better boxer than Adonis Stevenson. He's a better I think he has better overall skills. A lot of people would doubt that. I've heard conversations where people said that Adonis Stevenson was more athletic than Badu Jack, and that just may be the case, you know. But I think overall, I think Badu Jack is a better all around boxer. Maybe not, you know what I'm saying? Adonis Stevenson has his good points, but Badu Jack was able to put the pressure on after the midway point of the fight and literally start to slowly but surely get back into the swing of things, get into the fight and actually win rounds and actually change the tide, shift the tide of the fight. You understand? I mean, think about it. It ended up being a majority draw. Adonis Stevenson won the early rounds. He won the first 5 rounds, at least the first 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? He won the first half of the fight, you might as well say. But Badu Jack did such good work in that fight that, you know, I mean, you got to give him his props, man. It was a hard fought fight. Now I did think that there were times where I thought that that Badu Jack was gonna actually stop Adonis Stevenson. And I gotta say something about the referee too, man. The referee in that fight, this kid, he bro, this dude, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say that this brother was an agent or whatever. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna go that far. But what I will say is that every time they got in close and Adonis Stevenson started to hold, he very rarely he warned Adonis Stevenson about holding and told him to stop holding, but he never really admonished him about holding like he did with Badu Jack when Badu Jack had that little hit Adonis Stevenson with that apparent low blow. Now, well, I shouldn't say apparent, but he hit him with a low blow. It didn't look that low to me, but the referee felt the need to send Adonis Stevenson into a neutral corner so that he can admonish Badu Jack for that low blow. And of course, you know, Adonis Stevenson played it up. I'm not going to say that it didn't rattle him, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it didn't look that low. But those cups will jar your sensitive parts if you get hit in the right place on them. But anyway, he looked like he hurt him in the 10th round. In fact, it not even looked like. Badu Jack looked like he was winning the 10th round. Adonis Stevenson hit him with a I think, was it a right hand or a left hand to the body? I think it was a left hand to the body, and that shit hurt. That shit hurt, visibly hurt Badu Jack. He backed off, and Adonis Stevenson won the 10th round. He came back and took the 10th round. I would even go so far as to say that he won at least the first half of the 11th round, because it looked like Badu Jack was still kind of reeling from that body shot. He was trying to protect himself. I don't know if he was trying to get his wind back or whatever it was, but he was trying to protect himself and get his bearings back. And then towards the second half of the round, it looks like that's exactly what happened, because he put the pressure on again. And some people may say he came back and stole that round. Some people may still give it to Adonis Stevenson. It's possible. The 12th round, however, I did not catch the first, I would say, 40 seconds of the 12th round due to some stupid ass technical difficulties. But The 12th round was a hard fought 12th round. I give both of these dudes their props because when it looked like Adonis Stevenson was out of gas and it looked like it almost looked like he wanted to quit in the fight, but he battled back in the 12th round. But he did a lot of holding that I believe he should have lost a point for. But he's in his hometown. I believe they fought in Canada at the Air Canada Arena, and you know how it is in boxing. Boxing is a corrupt, dirty-ass sport. And for some reason, the hometown guy always gets favor from the judges and or the referee. You know, the ref was looking to take a point from Badu Jack. He was looking for a reason to take a point from Badu Jack. But he wasn't really looking for the same reasons to take points from Adonis Stevenson. But anyway, enough of that. It was a majority draw. More than likely, these guys are going to have a rematch. They fucking should have a rematch. But what I would like to see though before that rematch though, I would like to see unification. I would like to see Badu Jack fight, or rather Adonis Stevenson fight one of the other champions at light heavyweight, Sergey Kovalev. I would like to see him fight him. There's a lot of competition in light heavyweight right now, and it's looking pretty good, man. Light heavyweight is looking pretty decent, and I'd like to see some of those bigger fights. I was rooting for Adonis Stevenson to lose the fight because it's time for him to come up off that fucking belt. He's been holding on to that belt for what, almost 3 fucking years now? He hasn't fought a fucking mandatory. You know, I think he took the Badu Jack fight because he thought Badu Jack was somebody he'd be able to get out of there early. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I reserve the right to be wrong, but I think that's why he took the fight. And I think that's what a lot of fighters are doing nowadays. But I'm going to do another video that basically encapsulate both of these fights and then some of my opinions on boxing as a whole. So, and what I think some of these fighters should do next. But anyway, that's all I had for the Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack fight. I wasn't disappointed in that fight or the co-main event, the Gary Russell Jr. and Jojo Diaz fight. I think that was a good fight. Jojo Diaz definitely proved that he belongs in the ring with these upper echelon guys, but he's lacking experience, because if he was a little bit more seasoned, I think he possibly could have took that belt from Gary Russell Jr. If he was more seasoned and had more experience, I think that's what could have happened. But I'll probably do another video later on in the week encapsulating this fight, and do some research on some of the fights that I did not see that came on this weekend, and do a video to encompass all of these topics. So for those of you who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. This is Ballroom Boxing, and I'm out. Peace.